Taking a while to connect here. While to connect.
Is it a little off? I think there might have been a flare. I'm still looking around to see.
Okay. Can you hear us okay? While to connect. Oh, we gotta hang on.
I've got a little signal that we're streaming to Facebook. So I just got a notification.
Yeah, okay, great. Looks like we're good. No echo. They took care of that problem.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Good seeing you.
Thanks, Deb.
Hello, Marie. How are you?
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How's
Okay.
everything going?
Well, pretty darn good. I've just been really busy this morning, and so everything got crammed in. Oh yeah, look at that. Woohoo! I do hear an echo.
Okay, let's see. Allow me to just quickly check my side if there is echo cancellation.
I do hear an echo.
Okay, I do have echo cancellation on.
Let's see if it's from my end. Must be from my end. Sorry, folks that are with us. It sometimes takes a second to shake this stuff out. I haven't done this type of a hookup where you go from Zoom to Facebook in a while.
Yeah, the technical, yeah, it takes a little while, a little fidgeting. It's all good.
Oh yeah, it's totally there. Okay, I'm gonna go get Tom, which can't even shut myself off. Look at that. Oh yeah, it's totally there. Okay, I'm gonna go get Tom. There's an echo. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna disappear while Tom takes care of it. Just hang in there, please. We'll be right with you.
We should take care of it right there.
Okay.
But somehow that got turned on again.
I didn't touch it. I try not to touch pretty much anything.
Yes.
Whenever there's more than just one finger on the button, I call Mr. Wizard.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I tell you, I have just been busy today. I've been looking at horses and a dog and a people and all kinds of stuff. And I'm just going to get to my part here so that I can see us and see what people are saying and be
Yes,
able to
indeed.
follow along that way. Everybody, this is my friend, Dr. Amir from the UK. We're going to let him introduce himself because there's so much about him I would forget. But I just want to welcome you to the first metaphysical meltdown that we've had this year. I quit back in, gosh, maybe June last year to take care of myself. And I worked on myself really hard and came off and on doing all kinds of different things in that time. And now we're back. The coolest thing about this year metaphysical meltdown is the first month is all dudes, all divine masculines. Yeah. So we have the luxury of Amir starting us out, but we also have coming Eli, a wonderful, gosh, is he a Hermetic tarot reader? I can't remember, but he's been doing it forever. And he's sort of a combo between Yoda and the Marbler Man. Clint Eastwood and Yoda. There you go. Clint Eastwood and Yoda. Eli. And so Eli's coming, and so is Todd Medina, who is always a joy to talk to. And then Brandon Neblet, and he's from around here, and he has a lot to say about Egypt and rocks. And he's a very well-spoken person with tons of knowledge. And so I'm super excited about these four people. And as soon as I have everybody the right date and time, I will share who's who and who's coming, but I hope you come no matter what. So thank you for coming on early. Please share because this man has a wealth of information. And really, I just want to turn it over to Amir. He'll tell you a little bit about himself and why he's allegedly called the man with the most cheesecake.
Oh, well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. My warmest greetings to you. I hope you're doing extremely well. Well, let's start with the cheesecake. It's a metaphor for a union with Source, that state of samadhi, that location that is nirvana, and I'm getting goosebumps all over my body as I'm just thinking of it. And so it's part of my psychic defense, a little hillbilly banjo going on, ding, 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 ding in my
Yeah.
head, and there's a little song going, there's no such thing as too much cheesecake.
Yep.
So, very effective psychic defense. And so, with that little bit of sweet humor, pun intended, I'm Amir Jahangiri. It's an honor to be here with you. My background is computer science, telecoms. I've got 7 degrees. I've worked as a lecturer, as a senior scientist, and then in parallel for over 3 decades, I've been delving into every form of spirituality that I could get my hands on. I'm a mystic, I'm a seeker, and I'm a humble student of life. It's an absolute honor to be here with you. I'm hoping that we'll have an enjoyable and beneficial discussion today with my esteemed friend and teacher Marie, and with all you wonderful ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, and thank you for your valuable time.
I'm just so glad you're here. Everybody calls me Marie, but it really is Mary.
Mary, okay. My mother, she was Mary Teresa, so Mary it is.
Really? Okay, awesome. Yeah, and I just pretty much answered to all those. And I went to an appointment the other day and I said to the lady who was, doing the intake, I said, "Now when they call for me, they're going to say one of 6 names." And she said, "No." Sure enough, the lady says, "Marcy," and I thought it's me.
Yep.
It's me. And so I responded, sure enough, it was me. It's too funny. So what I did this morning, because you guys are as he is explaining all of what he does, I got up this morning and I went, oh, I gotta eat my Wheaties to talk to this guy. So I wrote a page of stuff, and I have a few things to say to start in on some stuff. And of course, we're gonna have a million questions, I'm sure, from me and from other people. And I think it's okay to ask questions, right?
Oh, it's the best thing ever, of
It
course.
is. It feels good to me too. So I just want to say what you've done for me last year. I met you last year, and he taught me the Kujikiri mantras, which I sing most days. And I've been cleaning rocks, and I have a lot of rocks, let's just say that. And I found some singing bowls, and guess what? My singing bowls had rocks in it. That's not helping. So I set up my singing bowls on my desk, and I ding them along, and I play my chime bars, and I sing, and I do this and that. But you taught me what was so amazing about the chakra system, and I do it now in an Art of Your Energy way, but it sure is awesome. I just want to tell you my favorite one is I create what happens outside of me.
How appropriate.
For
This is
right
really
now.
the key stage, not just for you and I, but for our species, for humankind. It's shedding victim mentality. Many people blame their country of birth, their parents, government, education, God, but never take responsibility. And the truth is, at one stage or another, we've had a hand in bringing about the conditions that we observe. And so, Haya, Vajra, Manataya Swaha, I create the reality outside of me. And so this is still under illusion that there is such a thing as inside and outside, but for now that's good enough. So shedding victimhood, we're nobody's victim. We are creators, we are shards of that flame that is the beloved divine. That is our next stage of evolution, shedding victimhood. Oh, this happened, this was so bad, and this, somebody did this and said,
Yep. And so what I did this morning was ask my guides, what are good points to bring up? So that was part of it. They said, tell everybody how awesome it was for you to take that entire tree up out of me. And I felt completely different.
the baseline, the magnificent you. There we go. How awesome is that?
And I felt completely different. And I told everybody I was a little crazy about it. I I sent you as many friends as I could because that was great. And it helped me to be so much, it helped me to be so clear that now I can surf the body. And I've been doing this thing called surfing DNA, which makes me really
Wow,
happy.
fantastic.
But the other one they said to do, which was, let's see, where is it here? My mind sees all there is truthfully, the root chakra.
Yes, 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 indeed. Well, that is essentially starting with the foundations of what we are and whom we really are. That it does include the body. There's billions of years of wisdom and evolution, both natural and technological, in the body. And so we're reclaiming our membership in the animal kingdom. And so much is said about healing the inner child, but before that, we have to heal the inner animal, this magnificent machine. So root and tanden, the first two keys of this system, that is the kujikiri, is reclaiming our membership in nature. We have no sad, depressed animals. They're going about doing their thing. Their mind is clear. They pick up what their senses is giving to the nervous system. This is not true for humans. They're jumbled up. They don't hear, they don't see, and they walk right in front of a moving train or a bus. Here we're shedding that. And so there my mind sees all there is truthfully. Yes. These wonderful senses and mechanisms and sensors, emotions and instincts, they've kept us alive in nature for all the age immemorial, and that's why we are here. So that's the foundation of the pyramid, or the temple, or the structure that is the magnificent you.
And I think the reason why my guides have brought us there is that I've been thinking about what I feel when I read the collective. So just the collective, sometimes the earth, it depends on who I'm reading, but just the collective for right now. So I'd like to put out there that I'm hoping people are being so kind to folks who are just understanding some stuff that we might have seen earlier. So we had a lot of years to understand that what is coming up now has been there on every side for a very long time. Some people couldn't see that. Some people couldn't. Okay?
That is accurate. Yeah.
So during all these years, we have been working on ourselves as hard as we can, having our own breakdowns, having our own buildups. And what's showing up right now, people are reeling from it and being exhausted like we were. So now we are able to assist. And in the only way I feel is in the way I feel is the best way, is out of peace and kindness, while being our most authentic self. Because even if I'm talking to you, who I hold in high esteem, or somebody I don't even know, I hold that person in highest esteem too. I really do. Because they have something, and even the folks that are right now so angry that all they can do is be that way. They cannot get out of it. I hold them in high esteem as well, because they're on that spot on the path that I was when I understood that this comes from all sides. There are not two sides. And I'm not even going to say what I'm talking. Everybody knows, right? So there's really no right way or wrong way to do it. It's just walking on the path. And the real point I want to make is the folks who are enraged that us peaceful people are not doing enough rage. I would like them to consider what I said. Just consider that.
Absolutely.
Because many of us have had to lower the volume big time. And a lot of those messages are not getting heard because physically that feels like a weapon. Yeah. So every time somebody puts stuff out like that, I dim that to nothing because I need to be completely open and aware so I can do my little part. So that's really what I wanted to say and get your thoughts on that.
I think that's incredibly beautiful. We're operating in a universe where free will is one of the fundamental laws. And so the best we can do is not contribute to the problem. And also, if we are in a diminished state, in anger, rage, or depression, we're not as capable of help and healing and contributing in a positive way compared to when we are overflowing with life force and love and health. The emotions you mentioned, many experiencing, it is quite natural. And so I suppose it would be suitable at this point to set up a very fundamental definition of what this spiritual business really is throughout history. First of all, it is innate, it's built into us. We know that the human is more than the physical. So much evidence, it is overwhelming. And if there's someone amongst our honored audience that still has not seen evidence of this, it just takes a minimal amount of meditation for the floodgates to open. That consciousness is everywhere. So, first of all, number one, the human is not just the physical. Number two, nothing is missing. So all the gifts, the abilities, the wisdom, the memories, all of that is here now. And so you do not need to seek something that is missing elsewhere. There may be energy missing or entanglements with other things or soul shards left behind due to trauma. But really the main thing is that it is all here now, and our job is to uncover it, really. And to clean our structure, to come to the baseline, which is the magnificent self. So it's like having a map where X marks the location of the treasure, and you're given a shovel and you start digging. Or another way, here's the ladder, you start climbing. This is going to be a difficult job. The injuries that have accumulated, they have not accumulated overnight. This lifetime, childhood, and then countless previous lifetimes, other time streams, and so on. And so if somebody tells you you can do it in a weekend course, that's not going to work. It requires dedicated effort, consolidated effort, some sort of a practice. Now, what this practice is depends entirely on the individual. There's certain techniques that are very effective, like ones that you and I have shared and discussed in great detail. But it requires effort. Now, is one incarnation enough? Oh, absolutely. Honestly, a few months would be enough to break out of this whole thing of illusion, to release trauma, to come to a state where your internal energy is always joy, bliss. Seriously, and in my humble experience, I must say this in all honesty, connecting to Source is bliss. And so you see this in many true seekers of divinity. They're always happy. And the more powerful the connection is, the happier they are. They're sitting there smiling like idiots for no reason. They're high, quite literally high. And some of these states, like for example, that initial event of the Kundalini awakening, or that initial experience of that state of samadhi, where you're basking in the glory of Source. You start crying, tears come, you shed heaviness, you heal, and then there's just joy. So that is the baseline, natural baseline of the human. Many may ask, well, what went wrong? Nothing went wrong. Earth is a school. So first of all, we don't own the body. The body is matter from our glorious mother Gaia. Comes through the food and it's going to go back to the earth. That is just fact. We are not a body. We don't own a body. What we do own is an experience. The soul is eternal. And so therefore here we have the opportunity to experience lessons that are very rare in the cosmos. Earth is a dumpster fire. It's crazy. Where else would you have the opportunity to experience this level of toughness? If you are here in a human body, you're already a master. I say this with certainty. And so, as a very empowered soul, maybe you crave the experience of disempowerment. How would that happen? You gotta forget. And so here we are, all of us sitting together, feeling around, finding our way back to the magnificent self, that essence that is eternal and is divine. So anger is welcome, but don't stay in it for too long. Feel it, honor it. Again, as Mary, you wonderfully brought up the Kujikiri and the first key, clearing out the root. I see all there is truthfully. I use things that are available to me correctly. I overcome shortcomings and base nature. Now this is definition of being human, overcoming these instincts. So if you're stuck in these emotions for too long, then they are ruling you. You haven't overcome. So that is something to think about.
You know what I think was interesting, and I can't remember what month that happened, but one of my guides said, unfocus. And what they were trying to say is, stop thinking about what's going on in your stomach, because you're going to figure it out and you're going to clear it. Stop thinking about it. So I unfocused on that. And I remember you told me back in some month, remember you said, your pancreas is fine. And that's what came out when I had my test. My pancreas is fine. So by doing the healing with you, others, and myself every day, my pancreas is great. And I just have this one thing going on and I can clear that. I fully believe it. It really doesn't define me. And I really just unfocused. So I get that unfocus a lot, especially if I pick up this thing right here, because you can get sucked in really easily because it is sucking you. And the things people are loving right now are the pictures of themselves that happen through AI. So what I did the other day, because I'm responding to this stuff too. I sent out a photo, which was me 10 years ago, where I looked, that was like my natural me. That was who I was. Okay. And I still feel like I am. And then Melanie I took pictures of my palms. Melanie got in there and did her wonderful work and again figured out the real me. So that was my response to this thing. So one of the things I'd like to tell you, because everybody knows how I feel about AI and ChatGPT, and you're just the man for me since you have the background. So this is the first time I'm going to say this publicly. But I am part of a $1.5 billion lawsuit because AI snatched my information. Now, I could feel that way. I could feel a lot of ways about that. The first thing I did when I heard it was, the universe is listening to me, because I've been saying these words. I've been saying, what is mine comes back to me. What is mine comes back to me. And universe, can you send me some stupid money that I don't know is out there? I'm not going to say anything specifically about this because you can go find this, because they're going to pay out the wazoo to a lot of authors and to a lot of music people. So next time you see everybody jumping on the bandwagon to create something like a fakey, think again how much water is being sucked out. So that's all I'm really going to say about that. That's just my opinion. Everybody's got different opinions, but going on ChatGPT to find out what's wrong with you or get a nice little reading, to me, it's something I'm uninterested in. So I think I needed to be part of that thing to illustrate how far it can actually go. So can you talk about that?
Yeah, so I did do a postdoc on AI, working on inverse reinforcement learning, which is basically creating the brain based on data, the brain of the AI, or the reward function. Once you have that, then you can plug the engine like a car. The engine goes in, you can put the same engine in many vehicles. So I understand the mathematics of it. And so therefore, I understand how it functions underneath the hood. It's assistive technology, it's pattern recognition, statistics, optimization. And so it must be seen as an assistive technology. So if you want to summarize the collective works of Shakespeare, brilliant, it'll save you years. Or if you want to find certain clauses in the legal system, just to give you a good idea, instead of having to go through books, or for that matter, purchase expensive books, is fantastic. But it doesn't do the thinking for you. And that's where many people go wrong. Also, in addition to this, it doesn't do the creativity for you. It still gets details really, really badly wrong. It's okay, you see lots of these wonderful animations coming out, if it is used correctly as an assistive tool, like a mechanical loader, where your muscles will not be able to do it, the mechanical loader does it, lifts up 100 tons or 60 tons in one go. I've seen many people inquiring about spiritual matters, the nature of the cosmos, and so this is where answers come out that seem coherent and logical, but they're basically a summarization of collective knowledge. So we know that collectively we have belief systems, most of them are wrong. And so therefore it's a mirror towards the collective, or allowing you to see humanity in one place as if all of us had a singular voice and was answering. And we know that beliefs are wrong, most of them. The scientific method is valid because it's repeatable and observable and independent of who is doing it. That is something we can cling on to. So it will not think for you, it will not create for you, it will just regurgitate what is in the background of the collective subconscious. And also in terms of what it does, I mean, Marie, you're talking about it taking your material. This is done by the AI, but there are people that use it for plagiarism. They take some other creator's material, feed it into the AI, the words are changed. It's almost like a student cheating on their essay or their exam with this, which is also common. The results are poor. If I want to use an accurate yet, well, not so clean word, it bastardizes the original creative spark.
Yeah.
So whose fault is that? Then we come to the energy that it requires, the amount of water that it requires, the impact it has on our environment. So it needs to be used sparingly. So a big mechanical loader may cost you, I've never hired a loader, I mean, it never came in handy, but these machines are expensive. Maybe it will cost a few $1,000s per day. You don't just sit in a big mechanical loader and go to the shops to buy some groceries. So there's an appropriate use of this. I think one must be optimistic though. You see, this type of technology, like any other technology, usually is originally developed by militaries because they have all the money for research and development, like nuclear power. The first use was us killing each other very efficiently. And now it's one of the cleaner sources of energy. Many may dispute this. I value everybody's opinion. As a power engineer, I think it is much cleaner than burning fossil fuel. If it is done correctly, it's one of the best ways forward. And so with AI, it's now, even now, with all the battlefields we experience as we speak across the world, it's used to select targets, to eliminate enemies in a more efficient way. Then the next stage is big corporations, where the fat cats get fatter. That's where I had a sort of involvement with it in an academic capacity, where big corporations want to sell you their useless junk, and so they want to find out what satisfies the users, called preference elicitation. So they can use the same model and sell you any random junk because they're putting it in the correct format and it lands nicely based on your cognitive functions, your emotions and personality. And the surprising thing is modeling a human is unbelievably simple.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't need more than 5 to 10 parameters. Each one gets a value, and based on that, they've got you. So, and this is mathematically accurate.
Mhm.
The only way out of it is not to be a zombie. The way out of it is consciously thinking, okay, this thing seems enjoyable. I find it pleasing, but do I need it? Is there a need that this will satisfy? And there you go. All the advertisement goes out of the window. I hope nobody sues me. But this goes a long way with not just advertisement, but with moving around elections. So it's a big business. And so then comes the common human, you and I, my magnificent friend, where now we're using this incredible machine to create cat videos. Or just a comical version of our self-portrait. This shall also pass. And then we come to the good stuff, where, let's say, a cacao farmer in Ecuador makes the most magnificent ceremonial cacao, and me in the UK, I want it. I'll pay a good price to the farmer. His family is secure, and I get the good stuff, and it cuts the middle person. In my understanding, this is going to lead to the next renaissance, the next industrial revolution, in a very positive way. It takes the heavy work off us so we can do what is human, what is divine, which is creativity, creation, thinking. And so we're still at the stage where we're playing around with this incredible tool, but it's not going to be very long. I'm thinking perhaps another decade or so. The global economic and political system is going to be very different in a very positive way. We're going through the struggles of this pre-Renaissance period. The same way the printing press changed humanity, this is also going to be, it's going to be the third industrial revolution, really. Second one was the internet. Now we have AI.
So what he said landed at 12:34. That's my number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get up and get going. I agree. So 3 Mile Island, if you've heard about that, that's not very far from me. It's about 40 minutes away. Yeah, 3 Mile Island. Okay. So thank you for saying that, because, I think what bothered me about some of this is that when I feel into it, it makes me feel slimy.
Mm-hmm.
Just like some of the other stuff that's out there that is not used for positive. I get it. I get it. It's going to get better. I keep saying that. It's going to, actually, everything's going to get better when we get through this little piece right here. So anybody out there still feeling like where this is going to be how it is, because truthfully, when I surf a little bit, I can find that all over the place, that this is the beginning of the end and all kinds of stuff. I'm not having that, because my guides, but also my heart tells me that we are here at this time to bring in the new. And is it going to be different in a decade? Absolutely. It's going to be different this year. It really will. And I'm here for that. And I know
Oh,
that
yes.
you are too. So what they told me, my guides just said it was Saint Francis this morning was my guide. So what he said to do was look up what people are feeling right now, which is anger, fear, grief, panic, loss, and then mesmerized, that they're
Mm-hmm.
mesmerized by what's coming in. And about the only thing to do is to get quiet and put the devices down for a while, if at all possible, and take a rest. Now, can anybody just stop working? Not everybody can. They can't. So you have to find some ways that you can put that within your life to settle down a little bit, because we're in a period of magical thinking and fear of missing out. What if I don't watch the news? What if I don't look on my device? Am I going to miss out on something super great? Well, by now, the body will tell you what's going on. It really will. And then if we can possibly just be the witness to what is happening, the kindest, most benevolent witness walking side by side, which is what the monks here in the United States are teaching us. Have you been keeping up with the monks?
No, I'm not a great follower of mainstream news or media. I think that's kind of what you're pointing to, allowing that little bit of calmness. A lot of these things are very exciting. Sometimes they cause anxiety also.
Mhm.
They're messing with the stability and calmness of our emotions and thoughts. If something big really comes up, you'll hear about it through people that live with you. Talking about missing out, the emotions that are going on. You see, it takes, let's put it this way. Let's start with an analogy. The magnificent human body has the ability to transmute and deal with a certain amount of poison. So let's think of a poisonous creature, a snake, a cobra. If you have a tiny, tiny microgram dose of it ingested, this is again a spiritual practice in India. It does thin the blood, it works completely differently compared to big doses, which is fatal. This is also true about conscious forms, life forms, conscious creations. By the way, not all consciousness is physical. So just because a thought is occurring in your mind doesn't mean it's yours. That is true in so many levels. People need to know this. But with your energetic structure, this is also true that you have your capacity to transmute toxicity is not infinite. And so, therefore, if the body gets ill, one of the best ways to facilitate healing is to fast. Stop intaking toxins. Let the body deal with whatever it's dealing with and purge. So, this is also true with your energy. So, therefore, some sort of a meditative practice on a daily basis is going to be incredibly positive and incredibly effective in healing the trauma, allowing you to process emotions, dealing with the anger, dealing with the loss. You see, the worst thing that you can do is to delay it. Kick the can down the road and delay the process. Let's say you lose a beloved pet or a beloved friend or a family member. Many people may never grieve. And that is awful. You just put the poison into a little package and push it down. That is how shadow is created. The other way is to honor it, right? Go into a state where you are safe and isolated and cry and feel. You honor the emotion, allow it to come to the surface, you give it a place of honor, you shine light upon it, and you deal with it. Either you purge it, or you transmute it, or you integrate it. Now, then you don't need to deal with that. There is no more shadow. And there are not infinite shadows or unlimited numbers of wounds we have. 5 or 6 major ones, and that's extreme. Usually, I do a process called the energy car wash for my clients. Usually it's 1, maybe 2 major things. It's a monkey wrench in the gears, and as soon as that's out, they come back to life, quite literally. All sorts of abilities come online. That's our natural state. And so we can do this ourselves. So something that I think both of us have evaluated and probably can say it's very effective would be mantras. So you don't need to go crazy with it. Just know what you're doing. And one of the best things is calling to source, the beloved source of all things. Call it Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, whatever. It's all the same beautiful, ineffable thing, the divine. You call to the divine, acknowledge that is who you are, and ask to be purified. And this may take 5 or 6 minutes every day. That is enough. Seriously, that gets you where you need to go. It is not a race. It's not a matter of numbers. It's a matter of quality. So this is something that people need to incorporate into their 3D life, and then off you go. Ladies and gentlemen, make money, be a badass, yeah? Kick butt, grow in the corporate structure. You won't believe how many really spiritual, successful people we have at the top of the corporate structure. It's not all psychopaths and narcissists. No, we've got beautiful souls who are intelligent, they know the game, and they evolve up and they make good money, good living. but they all have this little self-care, self-healing routine. Meditation, that's really the key.
It absolutely is. And I think what media wants us to think is the opposite of what we have seen when our clients come to us from every walk of life that are running corporations, that are doing all the things you said. And we know that there are beautiful spiritual people out everywhere. So, can I talk about the monks for just a second? I just want you to know about that, and I'll send you a link. These monks have been walking for months now. They started in Texas, and they're going to end in Washington, D.C. And when I first started watching them, there weren't very many hundreds of people watching. Now they have like 50,000 people that have loved what they do, and they watch this live stuff. And they have a dog. He's a peace dog. His name's Aloka. And they adopted him after he adopted them and walked a whole long distance with them and just never left them. You can tell that peace dog loves the monks. And the monks say things to people and bless them along the path, and then give some teaching every day. And I think really it's probably the very best thing I could do with my time right now. So I find myself watching the peace dog, and I find myself looking out in the snow because we've had a ton of snow and a ton of weather. Can you take just a couple minutes to talk about weather, or maybe the moon, or maybe some of these things that are going on right now that might be a little bit addled?
So, yes, celestial bodies. Right now, I think the most noteworthy thing would be the solar flares, which are off the chart. And so how you would probably experience the effects, maybe ringing in the ears, maybe slight dizziness or vertigo. Some of my friends, dear friends, have apps where they get little notifications as the flare hits, although the phone and the system is a little after the fact. So you feel the effect and then you get a bing. Oh my God, an X10 flare just came and fried everything. Now, this is very significant for the time that is now. First of all, some good news. Humanity has gone through about 30,000 extinction events by design, where each one of these periods of time would be 10 to 12,000 years. Then there's an extinction, the best are chosen, and a new batch of humanity is seeded. So we're not just the result of natural evolution. Many, many, many beings are involved in our unnatural evolution, guiding us to become more resilient, tweaking the immune system, enhancing our psychic abilities, and so on. So the human being is the result of guaranteed unnatural evolution. Well, this process has come to a conclusion, a very successful conclusion. So no more extinction events. There have been timelines where this extinction would have been in the form of nuclear war. That is now past, no longer viable. Yes. So usually that which would cause the mutation or enhancement at the end of a long cycle or a grand cycle would be the sun. So these pulses of energy coming from the sun, they kickstart evolution. And so never before has humanity had so many members. Our population is at an all-time high. Never before, not in Atlantis, not in Lemuria, not in older versions of humanity who actually ascended and left the planet, left physical form, have we had this many humans. So it's going to be an interesting time. What will emerge, given so many candidates exposed to this type of benevolent, divine energy, the radiation from the sun, I think humanity is going to go supernova in the most beautiful way. So this is what we're experiencing. What will help move through this? Very simple. Keep hydrated, good nutrition. I know these are simple and they're just common sense, but it's easily forgotten and neglected. The water you drink. What's in the water? Well, that's a whole can of worms right there. the food you eat, what's in your food. If you have the ability to drink better water and eat better food, please do so. The other would be rest. We're constantly burnt out, a lot of us, right? Just going like a hamster on the wheel, never allowing the body to detox. All the repair to the cells and the muscles, they happen during sleep. If you want to be even more zealous towards healing the body, do a fast, do a water fast. Again, please do consult your doctor if you've got any underlying problems. Consider this. Diabetes, heart problems, and so on. I'm not a medical doctor, so do consult your doctor about this. But if this is something that is suitable for you, after your due diligence, water fasting, oh my God. So you add a little bit of Himalayan salt to the water to get minerals, and that's it. You can go, my record is 33 days. It kickstarts after 48 hours a process of ketosis. The body starts eating up damaged cells, repairing itself. It's freaking brilliant. Now you do get weak, but your consciousness is on fire. I would strongly recommend our wonderful, beloved audience investigate, do the due diligence, check out your health if it is suitable for you, and give it a try. You don't need to go psycho like me. Do a week, 1 week per year, and there's overwhelming peer-reviewed publications that it actually does extend your lifespan. But also the sleep will allow you to communicate with your guides, to go play in the astral realm. So more sleep, and also keep yourself calm. Limit the amount of poison that you take in energetically, psychically, cognitively, and physically. So the sun, that is the short answer. That's the most important thing happening as we speak.
I believe it. It used to absolutely knock me over. And I think I've had enough work with the other wizard, Jeff Ozadon, and my own, that now I can feel it, but it doesn't cause me to just... Right. Actually, I have a couple questions I want to make sure that we get. What do you think about the chemtrails, and do you see any end of chemtrails?
The short answer is yes. During this long 350 million year period where we are the outcome of guaranteed unnatural evolution, starting from simple, let's say, amphibian forms. Life started in the ocean, and so around 350 million years ago, trees have taken over. There's enough oxygen for complex life to start. And so this experiment required containment, or let's say quarantine. There's so many that have seen this. There are many layers of quarantine energetically, using space-time, using dimensional technology, but also in the form of chemtrails, what goes in the air, what goes in the water, what goes in the food, and so on, but also energetically, what goes on in the media. So we have been exposed to quite a lot of toxicity, and many other species would not survive. And so that is just a testament to the incredible human being that's going about his daily life la-di-da-di-da like nothing is happening, and while we're burning so much toxicity. This will not last forever. So as the old matrix comes to a close, and I'm talking about probably the next 100 years, it can't be a flip of a switch. And allow me to explain why. Certain people have become too old, and there is too much trauma. They've gone past the natural ability for the body to heal. They need new bodies. And so next lifetime, they're coming into a fresh body which will not be traumatized to that level. And so they'll slowly find their way out of this cycle of samsara, incarnation and rebirth and so on. So the chemtrails, they're there, they worked for a while, and guess what? We have evolved out of it. And so these are not cheap endeavors. Flying a plane is an expensive thing. The fuel, the maintenance, and whatnot. So once it stops working, it's going to go obsolete. This is again going to happen. So if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. Short answer, we've out-evolved it. It's going to be ending pretty soon.
I believe that too, because I think everybody world over noticed that there was a big period of time where there weren't any. Just recently, if you follow me.
Yes. So imagine you've got some sort of a mesh or a fence or a containment which is meant to keep a certain species contained. And if the fence keeps failing, you're not going to use it anymore. So that's that little stop, and let's start again, let's stop again, let's see if there's actually any change in humanity. And the answer is no. No. We're able to do unbelievable things. The body rests on the infinite soul. And so in that state where we remember how magnificent we are, we just transmute this stuff. This alchemy 101. And so people are remembering this. Healing happens faster. Something that would normally affect humans of, let's say, the generation of our grandparents and our parents, we're immune. Oh, look at the kids coming in. These little cheeky monkeys, these guys are awesome. So in front of our eyes, we see the previous generation, we see ourselves and maybe one or two newer generations as we get older. These guys are tapped in. So we're becoming immune to it. And so case in point, this is the whole purpose of Earth and this experiment. You know, we're evolving at such a pace no other species could catch up. Again, talking about what will happen after, we'll take our place in the cosmos as teachers, as prophets, as guides, as healers. So I wouldn't be too concerned about the poison in any form that's been imposed on us. We have out-evolved it. We can live and thrive in places that many species would not survive in.
So, yeah, I mean, just recently I code it. I code that stuff, and then I also unfocus on it, because you can get stirred up about what is coming in to poison us, and let's just be real, it's everywhere because it's big money. But that
course.
too is changing. The foods are going to be changing. People are growing their own food and other medicines right now, right?
Beautiful. Yes.
Cannot wait to start doing that if the snow ever goes away. Let me just see if there's any other. Ooh, lots of people. Nice to see y'all. Melanie wants to know. She does this on her dog. Hang on, I got to roll back to that question. If she uses the rattle, can I use the wooden rattle you recommend to be used on my dog to help remove her spinal fluid?
Yes. Short answer is yes. Percussion instruments, sound instruments, whether it's a singing bowl, whether it's a megalithic stone, this is now Atlantean technology, they would keep the vibration going with water, they'd hit it with a boulder and it will go at a certain vibration. Or whether it's a rattle, whether it's a drum, or whether it's your own voice. Sound is a carrier. And so going to some of the definitions from telecommunications, a carrier gives a signal energy. So when the signal would only reach, let's say, 100 meters, you put it on a carrier and modulates the information on the carrier and suddenly it crosses the globe. So that's what the rattle is. So knowing this mechanism, how it operates, you add consciousness to it or your conscious intent. With movement of spinal fluid in a human, we have the Kundalini yoga poses. Usually hands and feet would be on the ground and you'd bend the knees, for example, moving up and down. There's movements with the abdomen, again, associated with the stretching of the shoulder blades, where these sequence of movements with breathing, it massages the spinal fluid all around the brain, massages the nervous system and so on. So with a creature that cannot understand yoga, although we have downward dogs, so dogs are awesome,
Yeah.
but good exercise, right? And then also hands-on healing, maybe gently massaging both sides of the spine. These are going to be immensely effective. With rattles, you can do more exotic things, like breaking up blockages in the energy. So the shape of the human energy structure would be this, the tree of life. So from head to the soles of your feet would be the trunk. Above the head, we've got the soul star, and then branches connecting you to all shards of the soul. And then under the feet, we've got the earth star, root system that connects you to the consciousness of earth and everything living there. This has to be all clear and all open. So the rattle is brilliant in breaking up blockages into fine powder. And then you can use something like obsidian or shungite just to pull it out of the energy. Now, all of this, good food, good water, good exercise, lots of love, and maybe gentle massages will work on a human, will work on a dog, will work on a horse, would work on a cat. Life is life. We're more similar than different.
Absolutely. So I can actually answer that one, Chris. He says, is the sun a healer or something septic to be blocked to save us? The sun is as it hits us, as those big flares hit us, we are releasing out what is no longer needed. What is being, when people think they're going to block a certain person that's got their little grubbies, yeah, that's out. Okay, and so all those people with their little grubbies out there, yeah, they're out the door.
If I may also add to what you beautifully said, your manners, your intentions, and how you conduct yourself is incredibly important. So if you go lie out in the sun for 15 hours, you increase the chances of melanoma and damage to your skin. That is true. But again, we've got spiritual practices like sun gazing. You close the eyes and face the sun, allow it to bask over you. So this element of honoring the cosmos, Earth has a sentience, it has a soul, it's a very advanced prime creator soul. Now equally, our sun, soul, the solar system, is a very evolved consciousness, not just for life forms on Earth, but life exists in our solar system in many, many, almost infinite variety. Not all of it is physical. So the sun is the paternal figure for all these trillions of life forms. Earth is also mother. So connecting to Earth, connecting to the sun, with respect. Beloved Source, I honor you for creating the sun. Beloved Source, I honor you for creating our benevolent Mother Gaia. I'm open to receive. With this humility and good manners, the nature of this interaction completely changes. So it is upon us to receive correctly. Same is true with many other things. So for example, shamanic medicine, tobacco. People chain smoke without reverence and then they just toss the bud like it's nothing. That is so disrespectful. Now, considering that this was a master plant healer, master medicine, when people wanted to go to war and spill each other's blood, they'd sit in a tent and smoke the peace pipe. The euphoria and clarity would help them make peace. And so if you approach the plant, honoring the spirit of the plant, thanking it for its healing and medicine, using it for that purpose, it's not going to give you cancer. You see, it's abuse. It's turning something into freaking McDonald's, yeah? Rather than something that's created by your mother with love. So this is also upon us. You see, we make an enormous difference.
We do. And so my husband listens to me talk to my food, what I'm drinking in the morning, and he'll hear me honor that. The other day he said, he's not really that much of a spiritual, even he is a spiritual person, but in his own way, like we all are. But I heard him say, I honor you, pancakes, and thank you for giving your life for me.
Yep. Yes,
I don't
that
know.
is so good.
And it just makes me laugh because he's doing some remarkable stuff growing over here in Pennsylvania. And so what you heard Amir say, everybody, in his way, because his way is so much more beautiful than mine, because I kind of cook to the heart of the, but there is great reverence when we walk out in the sun disk, because that is what we're saying. We're saying, thank you, Source, thank you, Spirit, thank you, God, for my life, and give My hands the ability to help people, to hold people. Give me the words. Because if I need to sound like that guy, I can. If I need to sound like somebody else or myself, it's all authentic because we've all been these things. So trust and believe that things are getting better, and maybe just give yourself a little bit more rest and honor all parts of your life, because this life is what we have right now. Will there be some more? Sure. Are we going to come back? Am I going to be a rock next time? Possibly, because I honor rocks all the time. Yes, very good. You are going to use your fresh eggs at home. Oh, there's Paula. How you doing? So we are probably almost done. Do you have anything to say that you would like to leave people with, how they can find you? Because I have to say right now, folks, I have worked with this man a few times, and I have sent people to him, and everybody tells me a lot of miraculous stuff comes out. He had me pegged in about 3 seconds. So what would you like to say, sir?
So I would like to share the results of this lifetime. After lots of searching, and I was a dum-dum, most of it, I still am, but I've come to a formula acknowledging the limitations of the ego. And so the key to the most powerful magic would be these words. Beloved Source, I do not know, and yet I love with all my being. The impurities in me cause impurities in my manifestations. Please consider I have said and done all things correctly, and bestow upon me that manifestation that is aligned with my highest good. This opens gates and doors. It fills in passwords that the little monkey brain could never possibly know. So essentially, you're connecting to your highest and truest aspect, which is Source, that acknowledgement that we do not know, and trusting. Instead of asking for this and this and this with all these qualities, Source, buddy, I trust you. I got you, you got me too. And so that does usually result in things that will blow your mind, bringing in anything that may be desirable for you. So where can people find me? Wizard of wivenhoe.co.uk. Same YouTube channel, same Facebook channel. It would be an honor to work with each and every one of you. And dear Mary, thank you. I know you perhaps do not hear this frequently enough. On behalf of everybody that you have blessed in many ways, I would like to say thank you. Keep being awesome. You're one of the really good ones. And so your presence is a blessing. Bless you, bless your life, and bless your journey.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, for being my number one in my book here. And
It's an honor.
it was really fun. It was really fun to have you. It was quite a freaking ride. So
Yes.
everybody that is on, bless y'all for coming. Please come back. Each week I'll have a divine masculine, otherwise known as the dudes of February. And and I'll let you go. Thank you, sir. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Keep being awesome. Bye for now.
My authentic freaking self.